Hello everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. Philippine fashion continues to make waves here and abroad, and we continue to produce talented designers. One of them is Jor-El Espina. He began designing accessories in 2005 before transitioning to clothes by 2007 when he opened his first atelier in Iloilo. Let's get to know more about Jor-El Espina. He now joins us on the program. Good morning, Jor-El.
Good morning, Ferdi.
Thank you so much for being here. You are not you're not a stranger to Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Yeah.
You've been here several times, and
Yes, correct.
we love you. But today it's going to be completely different because we want to dig in deep into your design philosophy and what makes you tick.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Bilyonaryo News Channel, for having me also. Well, I'm here to, to promote Filipino design,
Yes.
to inspire other young fashion designers as well.
Yes, because your type of fashion is 100% Filipino
Yes.
heritage. Why did you decide to go down that road? Because other designers, of course, they make beautiful garments, but they don't necessarily do Filipiniana or Filipino-inspired designs with Filipino fabrics as their base, as their foundation.
Yeah.
What was your direction for this?
Even when I started in designing back in the day, I mean, like 20 years ago, I always wanted to really push the Filipino craftsmanship, like, the woven fabrics, like, for example, the piña and the hablon, that is really from my island in Panay. So, it's quite I always inspired by the fabric. So, Filipino fabrics are one of the most beautiful fabrics that we see. And, I'm trying to make it as contemporary Filipino wear as much as, even other designers are also make beautiful garments. So I really wanted to push Filipiniana, but yet it's contemporary.
But is it difficult for you to be in this design sphere? Because Filipiniana, yes, people are using it increasingly day by day. They modernize it for work in the office,
Yeah.
even, we like, for example, government officials champion this as their daily wear.
Yes.
You can look at Secretary Frasco, you can look at Secretary Roque, the women in the cabinet, they wear Filipiniana every day.
Yeah.
But what do you think defines Filipino fashion?
Number one, Filipino fashion is our national identity. So we should really wear it and live it day by day. So because, well, and at the same time, Filipino fashion is easy to match with other contemporary wear. So as a Filipino, I think that's, we should be proud of like using Filipiniana every day.
Yes,
Yeah.
I actually love it. But like, for example, looking at your outfit today, you've mixed it with
Yeah.
with a Japanese designer. I
Yes.
mean, is that the trend, mixing and matching Filipino wear versus going like head to toe brand?
Yeah, not really a trend, but I think it's how the wearer should style it. Like me, I always wear my barongs with a denim or a crisp pants or a chino. So yeah, you can really mix and match it. You cannot like go out of work naman every time wearing 100% piña head to toe, right? So yeah. But for sure, yeah, there are other women's like, women in the cabinet, they wear it. I mean, well, I'm so like proud to say that I've been dressing them up. And I love how they style it and they wear it. And most of them, they have pieces that they can wear with different pants or jeans, or they can rewear it and restyle it over and over.
Yes. I mean, what does heritage play in your design philosophy?
Heritage is always the inspiration of my design philosophy, no matter what. So I always consider putting heritage in my fashion because that's actually the core of the brand. So it's always Filipino. I always inspired by anything Filipino. So like, flowers, bahay kubo, native, anything that Filipino music. So that's, I think, part of the heritage, and that is always the inspiration of the brand.
Yeah, do you think that younger Filipinos are gearing to wear more Filipiniana-inspired outfits?
I think yes, because I always see younger generation wearing Filipiniana, and I love seeing them in a fun way of how to dress a Filipiniana. Sometimes they wear heirloom pieces from their parents and grandparents. So it's nice to style, sometimes like a barong and a jeans and a rubber shoes. It's nice to see them wearing it.
Yes, I spoke about your outfit, how you mixed it, but how do you now fuse modernity and the use of Filipiniana with today's men and women?
Nowadays kasi, we really have to go with the time. Like, even if we wear Filipiniana, it's always have to be have a modern and contemporary touch on it. So I think that's really my style already. I already cemented it na parang I want to be known as a contemporary Filipino wear designer.
Yeah, but okay, like for example, in Manila, definitely in the bigger cities, Manila, Budva, you see more and more people wearing Filipiniana on a daily basis. But does that transcend to the other provinces? Because I feel like they buy formal wear or corporate wear from fast fashion houses. How come it hasn't trickled down to that level?
Wearing a Filipiniana doesn't mean you have to really go to a designer. So it's up to you on how you choose your Filipiniana pieces and inject it to the...
That's interesting, but how do you do that? Is it the fabric? Is it the material?
Yes,
Is it
the fabric.
the cut?
The fabric itself can be considered as Filipiniana as long as it's a native woven fabric, or is it handmade in the Philippines. So that can be considered as Filipiniana as well.
Yeah, because I've spoken to numerous designers on the show, and I always ask them, how do you champion Filipiniana or Filipino heritage pieces or designs? And it always boils down to, they want to help the industry and keep it alive. I'm going to ask you a similar question. Do you think that weaving in the Philippines is a dying art? Or especially like, for example, piña or husi, is there enough market out there to be able to sustain their livelihoods?
Well, I think it's not a dying craft anymore, because I think I've seen a lot of Filipino fashion designers using it, and even designers from Europe, they also import or export fabrics from here. Yes.
So, like which designers do you remember?
Carolina Herrera.
Carolina Herrera wears...
Yeah, they also use piña from Aklan.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
I didn't. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, they ordered. I think they have designs here for like piña that they want to also use for their fabrics. And I think we should also, as Filipino designers, we should really push it, because if other countries has an interest of the crafts from the Philippines, why not us, right?
Yes, correct. As a business, because you are both designer and a businessman, have you seen a growth in your business because of Filipino heritage wear?
Yes, I think that's one of the greatest achievements of my brand, and me as a designer, like if you have the right market also and the proper look, I think that's one of the, it helps the growth of my career.
Yeah, without giving me, actual numbers, what's the percentage of your growth from when you move from accessories to garments? 2,000%, 1,000%?
I think it's I can say it's 2,000%.
That's a huge jump.
Yes. Yeah.
And how's your business grown? How did you see? Is it based on the orders or the number of people you're employing already?
Yeah, I think based on the orders, based on the number of people that I'm employed already, right now I have 2 workshops here in Manila.
Okay.
I have 4 stores.
Wow.
Then I have couture also. So I think that's already a huge growth.
Yeah, that's an interesting statement that you said. Where, like a designer yourself, where do you rely more on the ready-to-wear or the couture side?
Both, because I think I'm like enjoying doing ready to wear, and at the same time I enjoy collaborating with my clientele. So I think that it's the balance number lang.
Yeah, because you have made the bombarong
Yes.
a statement piece now. What was that story you're trying to tell with that particular garment?
Back in the day, I'm a designer who doesn't really want to wear a barong talaga. So parang there's this party, we love to like attend this mga thematic parties. So it's Filipiniana. And sige, sabi ko, sige, I'll see what I can wear. So I have this old barong. Sabi ko, sige nga, gawin nating barong bomber jacket. Let's see what's the outcome. So I wear it, then my friends loves it. Then they said, oh, you know why? It's a nice piece. So I started producing it one by one. Then I started joining Artifino, which is a hit. And like, I think that's the launch of my career also in Manila.
Really?
Yeah.
But were you busy in Panay?
Yeah, I also do custom-made and bridal there.
Okay, but since moving to Manila, I'm sure your business has exploded. What are the meaningful collaborations you've had so far here?
Well, I had a lot of collaborations, but this time I had this one of my precious collaborations with the Grand Dame of Filipino fashion.
Patis Tesoro.
Miss Patis Tesoro, yes. So
Yes.
everything that the new collection right now that I'll be launching is inspired by her. So inspired by the details that she makes. I mean, from the past years, you know, when I read her book, it's really inspiring.
Yes, I've never seen her not wear a patajong
Yes.
or a kimono. You know, she's really an inspiration.
She is.
Is she your fashion or style icon?
Yes, I consider yes.
Wow, interesting. But you know, I've got a lot of questions to ask you because, you know, this month is sauna month, and
Yeah.
I want us to talk about what trends you're forecasting for the next couple of weeks. But before that, we're gonna take a short break. Please stay with us here on BNC. Welcome back to Trade Talks here at the High Life. We continue our conversation with fashion designer Jor-El Espina. So Jor-El, before the break, I was asking you, you know, about the trends you see for the State of the Nation address. I mean, before our current president, the dictum of the previous president was to keep everything simple. But, you know, this administration, especially the First Lady's championing Philippine fashion and fabrics, right?
Yes.
What trends do you see for this year's State of the Nation address?
Well, I can see a lot of different Filipinianas every time I watch the sauna red carpet.
Yes.
So what I can imagine this time for the sauna, well, based on the clienteles that I've been doing, so we will be promoting this time more of the barot saya. So
Wow, okay. So
I'll be,
no more butterfly sleeves, is that it?
there are few, but there are some that they don't want to wear butterfly sleeves anymore because
Yes.
they've been wearing it already from the past sauna, and they want to be comfortable. You know, wearing a terno is not just, you know, it's sometimes uncomfortable because the sleeves are stiff and it's heavy then sometimes. But this time, sabi ko, if you want to enjoy the day, and you want to feel comfortable, we have to like make a barot saya, we have camisa. So I'll be making a lot of separates for the client because I think what I'm pushing also is to be like they can use it again. They can use the skirt and different tops, or they can use the top and a different skirt. So they can mix and match with the tapi. So parang that's my look this time.
Yeah, but what a lot of people don't realize is that the State of the Nation address actually gives a boost to our textile
Yes.
makers and weavers,
Correct.
right? Because a lot of my designer friends are super busy, like they don't sleep
True.
like till 3 a.m. because they're making all these
Yes.
garments. Do you think our local weavers and artisans get excited seasonally, or do you think it's now a regular thing that they're producing fabrics for the garments you make?
I think it's both because when it's sauna season, the number of orders are doubled and even tripled because
Yes.
the number of orders from the designers are getting higher at the same time. But on a regular day like me, we always have like stocks of fabrics already. So that's, I think, for me, parang it's easy na lang to produce and easy for me to create because my process Ferdi is not about about designing first. My process is I need to see the fabric first before doing it.
That's how you study it.
That's how I study it.
That's interesting. But Jor-El, how do you think the international fashion crowd perceives Philippine fashion, especially heritage dressing, like your philosophy, your design philosophy?
I think international brands naman kasi or international fashion has a different different naman yung way nila in promoting their their pieces. And you know why we cannot really deny the fact that we also designers or even our clientele loves to buy international brands. But what makes the Filipino fashion different is it's special because it's handmade. And it's not mass-produced. It's one-of-a-kind pieces. And like the things that I do, when you see a bamarong, the embroidery is different from each other.
Bomberong, sorry.
Yeah, when you see a bamarong, it will be the same color. It can be the same print or whatever of the sleeves, but the embroidery is different.
That's interesting that you said because not a lot of countries actually produce like the fabrics we have. Thailand does it.
Yes.
Indonesia has batik, just like Malaysia. I don't see fabrics that's heritage coming from, let's say, the U.S. I know Italy and France have their embroidery too, or their jacquards and stuff like that. Do you think that Filipino designers with this type of material on hand or easily accessible has carved out a strong fashion identity on the global stage?
Yes, that's really our weapon to to the international brands because a Filipino piece or a Filipino fashion is something different talaga.
Yes.
I can say that it's different. It stands out from among them. Yeah.
Because I would say the barot saya
Yeah.
is the original couture.
Correct.
So, people buying couture from, let's say, Europe don't understand our kind of dressing,
Yes.
right? But with your pieces, what kind of message are you sending out there to the local and international stage?
My message is actually you are wearing a heritage and at the same time you have the heart of a Filipino. You have something that is made with love. You have something that is made by the Filipino artisans, and this is not a machine made. This is made by hand.
Yes. How do you think the Philippine fashion scene moving forward to 10 years will be like?
If consumers are really into it, are really into Filipino fashion, then we can really move forward 10 years or even longer than that. So I think we should continue to love local. We should continue to wear Filipino.
Yeah. Do you think that term "love local" is done? Because you've already sent out that message. People are wearing local. What's the battle cry that you want to replace that with?
Well, I have to borrow a line from Miss Patis Tesoro, which is, Filipiniana is forever.
Filipiniana is forever. That's amazing.
Yeah.
She is the grand dame
Yes.
for a reason, di
Yeah.
ba? But going to that sphere, and it's going to be forever in 10 years, who do you want to dress an international persona and put in your baratsaya or your heritage pieces?
International persona. I think one of my favorite personality would be Heidi Klum. Yeah, I'd love to see her.
Would you put her in a baratsaya or terno?
Both?
Okay.
Yeah, because well, she's thin. Well, she's beautiful.
Thanks, ha.
Yeah, I'd love to see her in Filipiniana.
What about a male?
A male? Well, I don't really make menswear. So, who? Sino kaya? Parang wala akong maisip.
Really? You don't make menswear? I'm doomed.
Yeah.
All right, last few questions because I know you're a busy man. What is your worst investment?
Worst investment? Ano ba? Well, when I was younger, when I was starting as a designer, my worst investments are, buying branded bags.
That's what everybody says. Okay,
Yeah.
your best investment.
Best investment, I think, is, my integrity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you make me wear for the State of the Nation address?
I will make you wear an embroidered patchwork, which I collected from my archives. I have retazos, so I'm gonna make you a patchwork barong.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite mistake?
My favorite mistake, ano ba? I always do mistakes. So, yeah, decisions that sometimes, decisions that are not practical.
Such as?
Yeah, I mean, I'm, what do you call this? I'm a gastos.
Gastador.
Gastador, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having a quick chat with us here. And I'm really looking forward to your career as it continues to blossom.
Thank you, Ferdi. I enjoy this interview.
Yes, and I can't wait to wear your patchwork.
Yes, please visit me.
I shall. And that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Cignal Channel 24. Thanks for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel, always on top.